A little bit of Acid Rain by Lorne there, which is featured in Frankenstein at the Talisman Theatre, which opens on Monday and is on all week. I've got some of the cast and the director in the studio with me, which is fantastic. So we talked a little bit about the play itself, some of the rehearsals and what you've been going through. Let's talk about who this show appeals to. So I feel like it's quite different to some of the shows that happen at the Talisman.
Yes. It is a bit different. I think it would really appeal to younger people, actually. We've put age 12 plus as a recommendation for children. But actually, I sort of suggested that before we started rehearsals because I was worried that children would be frightened. But actually, I don't think it's very scary, is it, really?
No. There's moments of comedy.
It's
funny.
Moments of comedy. It's very dramatic, I would say. It's more dramatic and there's loud music and flashy lights, but in terms of content, really not.
And it's interesting, and I guess you've always got to give parents that opportunity to make that decision. That some will be because of the sort of overwhelming nature it may be and the emotional nature of it.
Absolutely, yes.
But I had emailed a couple of days ago to say, actually, my kids really want to come and see it, and they're 8 and 10, which is quite young. We'll come on Friday because it'll be a late night. It's fine. But they love that kind of scary. Particularly my son, who's only 8, he loves that kind of scary stuff. So I think they will. And that dramatic sort of storytelling.
Yes.
And they know the story, and they only really know, I guess, silly versions of it.
Yes.
Yeah. So it would be really interesting for them to see this kind of very dramatic version of it.
Yes, and it's a very long novel. Yeah. So, you get all the story, and the show finishes. It's going to finish at about 9:30, 10:15. So it's not tremendously long, but you get all the story and all the best bits. And I think a lot of children are quite interested in Mary Shelley as well. She's an interesting character in herself. So you get to learn a bit about her as well. So it's quite broad appeal, I think.
And you said that you'd studied it for A-level, so I guess there'd be a lot of A-level students out there that it would be a really...
That would probably help them, because even though it's not it's not the novel, it tells you the whole story in a more of a fun way than reading it.
And more of an expansion on what you're studying, which is great. What's your favourite moment in the play, as long as it's not something that gives away anything massive?
I mean, I really like my opening monologue that I do, because it's all about her just being excited about her ideas and sort of getting the audience on her side at the very start to get them excited for what she's about to create, I guess. So I like that bit.
And what about you, Kathy?
Oh, I was just thinking about the two moments that make me cry. There are two moments that I actually feel quite tearful. And it's surprising. There's one where there is a bit of a murder of a young person, if anyone doesn't know the story, so I won't give it too much away. But it's beautifully acted. Beautiful acting from Laurie. Really, really touching, considering he's a grown-up person playing... I don't know how old that character is, 14, something like that. Yeah. So that really makes me want to cry. And the other bit is you two on your wedding night, and you do that lovely walk down stage, and it's just so romantic, but it's going to end badly, don't you? And it's just so sad. And we've got sort of underscore music, really beautiful, tranquil music, because they're supposed to be by the water, and it just makes me want to cry.
Yeah. I love being able to just watch that scene.
Yes, it's so beautiful, isn't it? It's so sweet. Yeah. And the chap playing Victor, he's a lovely actor, Adam, and you can just see what's going on in his head at that moment, and it's all bad, but he's just trying to enjoy that moment, isn't he, with Elizabeth? So very sad.
So we think what the audience are going to get out of this show is this sort of very atmospheric storytelling.
Yes.
That, like you say, people don't need to be scared. It's not going to frighten the life out of them.
I don't think so. No.
And actually, I've seen various. I can't think of any of the that actually have particularly. It's not that frightening.
No,
the book itself,
no.
even the subject of it, although it can be creepy.
Yes.
It's not necessarily frightening.
No. And I think horror films are a different type of genre because they can do clever things with, with the film, whereas we are limited in theatre.
Which is the best thing
The
about
audience has to suspend their disbelief, don't they? They can see that, someone's a corpse, but they must have walked onto the stage somehow, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So, it is theatre, so obviously it can't be as realistic as a film.
No. Well, let's talk about that. What about sort of makeup and stuff then? What can you reveal about that? How fun has that been?
Oh,
creating
it's
those?
brilliant, isn't it? We've got two makeup artists working with us, and they've kind of been... I think that the makeup's got heavier and heavier, hasn't it, during the rehearsal process. So by Saturday night, the last dress rehearsal, I think you'll be kind of encrusted, won't you, all of you? But yes, so they've created a particular look for our monster, and he looks fantastic. I think he looks really good, and it suits his physicality, doesn't it? Because he's quite tall and rangy, and it's just kind of gone with that. He looks brilliant. And then there is, the scene in the lab where people have got sort of various slightly gruesome makeup on. But you've got very quick changes because the play is multi-role. So, I think there's just you and Victor who don't play any other parts.
Yeah.
I think everyone else plays more than one character, so they might have to kind of very quickly remove the makeup to appear as another
I
character.
think I have 3 quick changes. One of them's under a minute.
So, yeah.
Yes.
Keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
And that's where the dress rehearsals come in to play, really, because you've got to practice those changes more than anything else, really. It's not just sort of learning your lines and showing up, is it? You have to think, how am I going to do this? And do I need help? And you've got help, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Everybody really works together as an ensemble. And we've actually got quite close as a cast, I'd say.
Yes.
So it's been really good fun.
Let's talk a little bit about the costumes then. Who was your costume designer? What have you got?
So we've got Katie Ann and Gemma who have put together the costumes. Again, as it's multi-role, some of them are kind of a basic costume with accoutrements showing a different character. But yours is lovely, isn't it,
Yeah.
Alex? You've got a
like it.
beautiful green ensemble, haven't you?
Bonnet.
Little bonnet, little
Love a
cape.
bonnet,
Yeah, it looks really good. Yeah, and there's some interesting scenes where we've got the ship in the Arctic, so they had to research what sailors would possibly have worn in. We're setting it around 1820. What would those characters have looked like? And it's quite difficult, actually, to find out that information. And then bearing in mind they're in the Arctic, so how would that have affected what they were wearing and, all that sort of thing. So
And how they're feeling.
Yes.
Actually.
Oh,
Have you sort of
absolutely.
explored that kind of time period and how it
Yes.
affects how you behave?
yes,
and,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right, well, let's have... so we're going to go with... so I'm going to put you on the spot now. Because we have got 2 tickets for Monday night to give away from the Talisman. That's the opening night of Frankenstein on Monday. And so we're going to come up with a question. And I was going to do that, but I was sort of bogged down with tech before we started and I forgot. So while we play the next bit of music, we'll come up with a question. Or you already got one? Alex has got a hand up.
No.
No. I know one. Okay, fine. So while we play the next bit of music, we will come up with a question for you, and then you can send your answers either on the Mixcloud chat, or you can email them to radioabbey@thekenilworthcentre.com, and I will reveal the winner later on in the day.